Hi everybody, today I'm going to make a video, thoughts on driving. So I'm basically going to explain the pros and cons of driving. Okay, let's start with, I think it's better to get the bad things out of the way first. Cons, well, you're highly likely to get into an accident driving than you are flying, basically, because like when you're in the plane, there's less vehicles in the way. Well, with driving, there's more vehicles in the way, which means you're more liable to get an accident. That's if you don't be careful when you're driving, basically. Or if, some stupid idiot freaking rams into you. But yeah, you gotta watch out for them. Okay, what else? Another con about driving. Well, let's see. You have to pay taxes for the driving if you don't have insurance. Which means, if you don't have insurance, you're basically fucked. Because, if you break the car or anything, they're gonna charge you more for the car. So yeah, that's part of the con as well, another con, let's see. You have to waste too much money on gas, because, it runs out and shit. Same with electric, it's not any different. But I'd say, gas cars are better, though. Okay, another con, let's see. Retarded drivers, basically. That just fucking do whatever they want to sabotage you and others and cause a ruckus on the fucking street. You guys just gotta watch out for them and be safe. Okay, let's see. Another con, jaywalkers. Fucking annoying. But, that's stuff you have to deal with when you're driving. Because, I know, I get it. It would piss me off too if, I'm driving and then fucking jaywalkers in the way and shit. My goodness. Yeah, I would be like, no, I wouldn't like that. Okay, what's another con? Let's see. Tailgaters. You like to go, close to your car and try to hit it. And then make excuses. Saying, no, I didn't do it. When they know damn sure they fucking did it, but they don't want to accept responsibility. Yeah. That type of shit. Okay. Okay, another con. Drunk drivers. Pretty common if you're in the fucking highway on New Year's Day. Because, everyone's partying and shit, and then there's some people that are intoxicated while they're driving from all the drinks they were drinking. And they start driving like crazy and shit. Gotta watch out for that. Another con, you can get pulled over by the police if you're not being careful. So, you gotta be careful when you're driving. Make sure that, yeah. Okay, what's another con? Have I said all the cons? I think I've said a good amount of cons. Like I said, the pulling over, drunk drivers, jaywalkers, etc. You gotta watch out for those type of things when you're driving. Yeah. Oh yeah, another con, car accidents. They're more common than plane accidents, I think. So yeah, I think I mentioned that. Okay. Pros. We'll go into pros, okay. Pros is you gain more independence when you drive. You start going more places. You start exploring more. And you really start, experiencing life more when you're driving. It's pretty fun. Or a pro, if you're with friends, it's very energetic and fun. It's pretty cool. And jamming with music in it, it's pretty cool as well. That's another pro. Another pro, let's see. see. What's another pro of driving? You go more places, yeah. Like, instead of just being at the same place, you can go even more places, and you could, explore, like, different places even that you haven't been to before, which is pretty cool. I like that. Another pro of driving. Well, let's see. You gain more experience out of it if you keep doing it, basically. The more you do it, the better you're at it, basically. And, it becomes accumulative, You're not gonna just develop like that, It's gonna take, like, a certain amount of time to, get used to, like, the whole format of driving and stuff. Yeah. Another pro about driving, most of the signs are pretty easy to understand. Yellow means slow down, red means stop, green means go. And then there's a sign. You look at the signs to see what you can do and what you cannot do. And if you, do something like a little bit wrong with the driving, you always have the signs to refer to, which is pretty convenient. Another pro about driving, it feels adventurous. It feels like you're going on a journey with driving, which is pretty cool. And it kind of is, because you're, like, driving from one place to another, and maybe to another if you want to keep on driving, basically. And it's pretty fun. Another pro about driving, if you learn it, it gets, easier as you go along. I mean, driving is kind of hard. I mean, it's not as hard as driving an airplane, the car, It's another pro about driving. Let's see. It's like one of the faster forms of transportation, So basically, it's easier to drive to a certain place than to walk to a certain place, as walking to a certain place takes like about 10 to 15 minutes more, probably even 30 minutes to an hour more, and even more than that if you want to go from state to state or, state to country. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you're in the US, the only country you can go to while driving is Canada, really. Yeah. Other countries, you need a fucking plane because there's a big ass ocean. So yeah. Let's see. Well, not a pro about driving. Let's see. Say if you want to get a job, it's easier to drive to a job than to walk to a job. So driving allows more comfort in terms of, going to your job on time and stuff instead of just walking. Yeah. I forgot for cons to put traffic, yeah. That's a big one. That's a big con about driving. Traffic. Oh yeah. Pros about driving as well. Traveling. I mean, traveling has its pros and cons, but you know what I mean. You have to travel from different places, and that's fun. Yeah, it might be tedious if you wake up early though. But if you wake up at, like, let's say 10, 11 in the morning, it shouldn't seem that bad. Let's see. Another pro about driving, I guess, it gives you more responsibility, as you never know what's going to happen when you're driving. It makes you more alert, basically. It makes you see your surroundings more and pay attention more to the road. Well, that's if you're, not looking at your phone when you're driving, basically. Some people do that, and I don't know why. Personally, when I see people looking at their phone, they're driving, it pisses me off a bit. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. It basically makes you more alert. It makes you more responsible and pay attention more if you keep driving. which is pretty good. We need that in life, really. Let's see. Another good thing about driving. Well, let's see. It feels like a cruise if you have like a good car. You know, that's not bumpy and run down. Well, if you have like a luxury car, yeah, it feels good. It feels like butter, basically. It's smooth. Yeah. Not a pro about cars, at least like, you know, not for the modern cars. I'm talking about for like the older cars, the designs. The retro cars, yeah. That shit's good. Yeah. I'm mainly talking about gas cars, by the way. I'm not into electric. Let's see. Oh yeah, a con about driving is your car can get stolen as well. A pro about driving is, let's see, if you have a newer car, like it has better defense mechanisms, it has more cameras, all that stuff. But yeah. Let's see. Another fun thing about driving, I just like going on the highway and like when it's open, you can go fast, which is pretty fun. Well, not super fast, but you know what I mean. Like usually the average speed limit is like 65 to 70 on the highway, usually. Some countries is different. In Mexico, they go by kilometers. Canada, I don't know, probably a mix of kilometers and miles per hour. I haven't been there in like 5 years, to be honest, so I forgot. Because, you know, different countries in the U.S. go by like different guidelines in terms of driving, so yeah, and I've never driven outside of the U.S. before, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. I'll try one more pro about driving. It's, you know, it's relaxing and therapeutic, basically. If you're going under stress and you just want to, like, you know, get out, you know, drive around a little bit, open a window with a nice breeze. Yeah, it feels very relaxing, you know, and, you know, it's fun, too. Yeah. I always thought about, you know, off topic, I always thought about riding a horse, but that's going to be harder than driving a car, I'll tell you that, because, yeah, you need, like, a harness and all that shit. With a car, a pro about it is you don't need all that harness shit like you did like before cars, you know, like when you had a horse, you need like a harness to hang on to the horse and like a strap to like, you know, hang on to the horse. But with a car, all you need is a seatbelt. But, you know, the very older cars, I'm talking about the cars made before like 1960, they probably don't have seatbelts, let's be honest. You know, and if they do, they probably got renewed. They're not the original versions of those cars. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, seatbelts, yeah. Pro about driving. You have seatbelts, and in some areas, well, at least in the U.S., I'm talking about the U.S. mostly. In most areas, there's stoplights, so you know when to stop, go, all that stuff, which is pretty nice and convenient. Pro about driving as well. I think that's all the pros, yeah, I can list. And yeah, I listed some cons as well. I think overall driving is pretty fun. Just need to be careful, watch where you're going, and you should be good. Also watch for drunk highway drivers, pretty common around New Year's, like I said. And just watch for shitty drivers in general. And if they, like, try to, like, you know, do, like, all that, you know, extra shit, just ignore them. Yeah. I just want attention. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, this is my video on driving. let's see. I'd say, like, yeah, driving's like a cool experience if you're, used to it. But, I'd suggest doing it as early as possible. I mean, I started driving when I was 17, so it's been a bit, I guess, like a year. So, yeah. Or, yeah, a year and a half. Still learning, yeah. Yeah. That's the thing with driving, you learn from your experiences how to drive better, you know. And yeah, it's good for that, yeah. I think, yeah, driving's fun, but you just gotta watch out. It's like with everything, really. Everything has its pros and cons. That's the same thing with driving. But, yeah, that's my video on driving. Anyways, what do you think about driving? And let me know what you think is good and bad about driving. That's just my little video on driving, basically. Anyways, peace.